So shall we start? So shall we start the session? Okay. So I have something for you to announce, and I will show you. First of all, I'm telling you that today is the last date to submit the assignment which I have given. So uh, 1 second, I will. I have to check the Google Classroom. So my screen is visible to you all, and can you see the screen? Okay. So I think only less people has joined those class codes. So uh, after today, I will not accept those because I will assign the number based on that only. So see, only 11 students have joined till now. So please circulate in your internal group that whatever assignment I have given, so they have to submit it by today. And four has already turned in. Aditi, Akshat, Amisha, and Pratibha has submitted. Avantika, Charu, Pranjali, Priyanka, Ritika, Sakshi, Sivani has not submitted, and many of you have not joined also. So those who have not joined, so if they will not join today, so I'll give the number to those people who have submitted the assignment. So please inform everyone. So if they are not joining, because this semester marks will be given by us only. So wherever we will I will be, so I will be the one person who will assign the number. So based on that, because why I'm telling this, because some of the microwave lab kits are not working properly. So we will see how many experiments we can do, but for the time being you needed to submit what I've given for the assignment. So only four people have turned in. I hope others will submit it by today evening. And those who have not joined the Google Classroom, please remind them to get joined and submit the assignment. Otherwise, they will lose the number for sure. Whatever you know, I'm not asking for the correct answer. Whatever you know, just write this and submit it on the Google Classroom. So this was my first announcement. One more thing I wanted to announce, that you all are there with in my robotics uh, group. So you all are there, you all second year guys are there. So one good thing for you is that, so only 42-hour lectures are there. So what we will do, I will try to uh, upload the videos of robotics whenever I will get the time. And you have to attend a midterm and end term, and by that it is a very good opportunity for you to get a job in NASCOM. So if you will search NASCOM in internet, you will get an idea about. So basically what they are doing, so they are providing training. So for 10 or 12 days, you will get some videos. Just watch those videos, learn whatever you can learn. This is the syllabus of robotics. So they will take two tests, one midterm for 30 marks, one end term for 70 marks. All those things I will discuss to you. So you please try to attend that midterm and end term. Whatever you know, that will be an objective type paper. So if you are succeeded, if you have corrected 30% of mark, I mean, if you have got only 30% of mark out of 100, so you will be eligible when you will be appearing in the uh, final year semester. Then you will be eligible to give interview to the NASCOM. So we will recommend your name, who will be giving the test and who will be qualifying the test. So it's up to us. So they will take the test, but we will recommending the name. So these are the people. So you will get a direct opportunity by those robotics certificate. You will get you'll get a chance to give an interview to NASCOM. That will be a good opportunity for you guys. So please don't miss this opportunity, because we had made earlier the syllabus was of 1 and 10 hour. Now we had made it for 42 hour only. So what we will do, we will post some videos, and this is the syllabus that I will also post there uh, in the robotics Google Classroom I had made there. So there also I will post it. So please look at the syllabus. And so 1 second, just wait for. हेलो। नहीं भैया, घर पे नहीं, हम अभी क्लास ले रहे हैं, बाद में बात करते हैं आपको। ठीक है। So, so these are the topics. So please go through that topic, because NASCOM is giving a very good opportunity for you guys to get a job. And if you will be selected for, you have to give only interview after final year. Based on that certificate, they will call you for interview. So they will ask you your electronic portion only. So basically, we are the trainer and you are the trainee guys. So learn whatever. I will post the videos. I will try from my level also. You have to try from your level also, because if you will pass in that paper, you will be directly giving interview to NASCOM, and you'll be, if you get selected, you'll be getting a job more than of 8 or 9 lakhs. So please look into it, because you are the now you are in third year, and I have taken in my group, you all are there. So it will be a very good opportunity for you. And if at any point of time you are facing any kind of difficulty, you can ask me. So and for you all, I will post videos also. So for one day I will post one videos like this. I will try to complete the syllabus. So most probably your midterm will be on 15, 16 or 17. In these 3 days your midterms will be there. So simple question will be there. It will be like an online paper. So you will be given a time schedule, you will be given a link. You just have to appear for that paper. And if you will get 30% of mark, you will be qualified for the interview session, and you will give that interview in the final year, when you will appear in the final year with that certificate. So that certificate we are providing. So it's not that every time you read robotics, whenever you get the time, you go through that video, or this is the syllabus, from where you wanted to read it. Because see, these things, that Kirchhoff law, network theorem, transform, operational amplifier, analog ICs, logic gates, mux, demux, everything you are familiar with that terms. So you can easily give that paper. So it's not an uh, very hard task. So if you have any question in that, so I wanted to announce that those things, so that you will be familiar with. So whenever you'll get the opportunity for appear in the paper, please appear. So whatever you know, you just give the paper. So it's not that you have to get selected. We will be there to recommend your name, so you don't need to get worried. You just appear for that paper. So if you have any kind of question to ask, please ask me in regarding robotics. Because you all 23, 20, 21 people, how much you are there, you are all from my group. So I wanted you to appear. So I wanted you to get secure about your job. So they had asked me. So they had asked us, not me and Chandan sir as organizing. So we will recommend your name. Based on that recommendation, they will give the certificate. So you just have to appear for the test, and you have to give that test. So the syllabus is also not very hard. You have been you have learned Kirchhoff law, network theorem, transformer, all these things, and we will provide you videos also. So it's not to get worried. So you just needed to perform good in the test. How much you can score, it's up to you. So if anything is there to ask in robotics, please tell me. Otherwise, we will move to EMFT. So these two things I wanted to tell you. So, and it will be good for you also. By sitting at home, you have to just appear for a test. That's all. So anything you have to ask regarding robotics? So am I clear, or okay? So I hope everybody has got what I wanted to what I wanted to tell you. So please appear for that test. It will be good for you and your future. And if you will search NASCOM in internet, you will get a clear idea about that. So try to read that, because in today's generation in India now, robotics is coming, means it is having a good. Let me add her, Ritika Vaishnav. So now robotics is in the demand. So if you learn some extra thing, so basically what is robotics? It is a combination of mechanical and electronics. So if you will learn some extra thing, so अगर आपको कुछ अलग सा चीज आएगा तो आपका डिमांड बढ़ जाएगा. पीपल विल आस्क फॉर यू. सो पीपल विल थिंक दैट ही हैज गॉट सम नॉलेज बियॉन्ड हिज branch. So beyond your branch also you have some knowledge. So basically in today's generation, in any sector, if you will go, robotics is there. Robotics, IoT, these things are in demand. So if you will be certified for a course, it will be good for you. It will be good for your future also. So you just have to watch the videos and you just have to appear for the test. That's all. And if you will, and if somebody will not pass also, now we are there to recommend your name. Don't you get worried. You just have to appear for the test. That's all, nothing else. So we will see how much efforts you are putting there. We will recommend your name for interview. That is not a problem. So please be serious for that. And that also, because you have a you have lots of time. So I think if you will give 15 or 20 minutes for a day, you will easily crack that test, because you have got good brain, I think. So 15 or 20 minutes, if you have just you just have to read those things which we are providing for robotics. So that study material you have to see for a time being. So with that semester you will get an extra certificate that will be helpful for you in the coming future. So people are saying here that no job will be there for electronics. That's all are bullshit. So don't get into them. Try your effort, you will definitely get a good job. So please appear for that. So that was an announcement I wanted to make for you. So now let's move to EMFT. So in the last session we have completed Gauss law, and I hope everybody is clear with that, and we have solved some problem also based on that. So now in this session I will tell you how to calculate the electric field intensity for a conducting sphere. So basically from this uh, part, every time in RTU, one or two questions are there. So I have taken two questions from RTU only. So after explaining the theoretical part of this uh, conducting sphere, we will deal with some question that I will tell you. So two numericals are there, and that was for 8 marks, which is asked in the RTU paper. So first of all, we will deal with the theoretical part. So our topic for today is electric field due to conducting sphere. So this is our topic for today. So let's suppose I'm taking a conducting sphere here. This is our conducting sphere, and this is the radius of that sphere. So this is the radius of that sphere, and I'm depositing plus Q charge on this sphere. So what I'm doing here, I'm depositing plus Q charge here, plus Q charge here. Let's remove. So I'm depositing plus Q charge on that sphere. So, and I'm assuming that this conducting sphere is a hollow conducting sphere. So I will tell you all the meaning of those terms. So I'm assuming this is an hollow conducting sphere. So this charge, the charge which I'm distributing here will act as an surface charge density. So surface charge density we have already seen. So how does this charge will behave here? This charge will behave here as a surface charge density. So this will be there in all the surfaces. The charge will be distributed through all the surfaces of that conducting sphere. So for this we have to consider three cases. So for calculation of the electric field due to this conducting sphere, we have to consider three cases. I will tell you all those three cases. The first case will be there, that is R, small r should be greater than capital R. Second case will be there, R should be equal to R, that is on the surface I am talking about, this point. And third part is R should be less than R, that is inside the surface. Here I am talking about inside the surface. So so I'll tell you, this is the small r part. So first part is that I am dealing with the R greater than R. So that means this part I will tell you about that. Second part is when r is equal to r, so both r, when both r is equal to r, so for that I'm dealing with. And third part is when r is less than r, that is inside the for here I'm telling you. So three, based on these three condition, we will calculate the electric field intensity for the conducting sphere. So let's draw the figure in a clear way so that it will be more clear to you. So this is our conducting sphere which I am assuming, and positive charge I am distributing here. And let's suppose this is the radius of that conducting sphere, and this is the small r part where we need to complete. So I'll make one more circle for this small r part. So 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 by these three cases we will calculate the electric field intensity. So let us consider first case. So based on the first case we will solve the problem. So we will see how what we are getting as a calculation here. So let's suppose the first case which I'm assuming is r greater than this r. So for that part I am assuming this. So as per Gauss law we can say what is electric flux here. So electric flux will be, we have seen as per the Gauss law, that it will be E dot ds, and that is equal to enclosed surface by flux. So that we have already seen here. So this thing, so I think you all are familiar with those parts. So how to calculate the electric flux, that we have already seen. So let's suppose if I am considering a small surface here. So let's suppose one small surface I am considering here, and that small surface is ds, and that direction, the direction of the surface will be with respect to center, and it will be in the same direction. So it will be in the same direction. So electric field and surface will be parallel to this. So I'm assuming a small surface here, as we have done earlier. We have assumed the surface every time, and this direction is similar to that direction of the this r. Both directions are similar in the same direction. So the direction of the surface will be with respect to center. From there the direction of the surface will be in the same direction of electric field. So what I will write here, so electric field is parallel to the surface, which is, so here theta will be 0, because since it is in the same direction, what I will assume, theta is equal to 0, because see this direction is also in this way, and the small surface which I am considering has the same direction. So if two things are in the same direction, what I will say, that the value of theta will be equal to 0. So this is known as electric field. This is electric field, and this is surface charge. So they are having both direction same. So what I will write here, so if I have to calculate for r smaller greater than r, so I will write here E, a surface charge density, what we know, that 4 pi r square. Surface area we are already aware of that, and which is equal to q by epsilon naught. The q is enclosed surface I am talking about. So what I will get here, from when I will calculate electric field for the first case, what I have done, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q by r square. This is the first case, and the direction of r vector will be in the same as the of the unit vector r. The direction will be same for the unit vector r. So if you want, you can put r vector or not. It is not compulsory. So no, not compulsion is there. So this is the first case which I am calculated the electric field. So just I have assumed a small surface here, that is ds, and the small surface has having the same direction of the electric field. So I have proposed here that E is parallel to ds, and for that the theta will be 0, because if two things are having in the same direction, for that we have to assume that theta will be, the value of theta is 0. So what I have done, I have substituted the value, that surface value is 4 pi r square, that we are already knowing, and which is equal to q by epsilon naught as per the Gauss law. So what I will write here, as per Gauss law, we are already aware for those terms as per Gauss law. So from here, what we needed to calculate, electric field we needed to calculate here. So from here, I have calculated the electric field for the first case, that is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q by r square. And if they will ask you for the direction, you have to put here r vector. That's all. So is there any doubt? Should we move for the second case? Please tell, is there any doubt, any kind of doubt in this first case? Is there anything to ask? Okay, so I will move to the second case. I'll tell you when what will be there when r small r should be equal to r. So you just have to remember these things that what we have got as an. So I think it is not working. So you have just remembered the what we have achieved from the first thing, that 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q by r square. So this you have to just remember this. So this is the first form. Now we will go to the second form. We will see the second form. So let's remove this and we will move for the second form. So second case is that second case when r is equal to r, when both things are equal, that I'm talking about this both sphere, and in this case this is our radius r and this r. So when both this r is equal, so what I will write here, after applying Gauss law, what I will get, that is I will write here E dot ds equal to q by epsilon naught, that we are already knowing from Gauss law. So here also surface area is parallel to electric field. So if you calculate the surface area, if you will calculate here, so it will be in the same direction, it will be parallel to the electric field. So I will write here E parallel to ds, and if both are in the same direction, I will put here theta equal to 0, and for that I will calculate electric field, that is E into 4 pi r square. So now this time this r will come. Earlier it was a small r, and that is equal to q by epsilon naught. So if we calculate here electric field, same thing we will get, only the change in the value of radius. Now this cycle radius we are getting here. So what I will write here, q by r square. So this is the second form. This is the second case. So now we will go to the third case. After that third case, we will solve two problems which has been asked in the RTU, and after solving this problem, more clarity will be there. So let's move to the third case. So this is the third case. So what happens in the third case? So in the third case, that r is less than, this r is less than that r. So over here, if you apply Gauss law, then there is no change which is enclosed by the radius r surface. So if I'll say this is our small circle and this is our big circle, this is the radius of the r, and so what I will, so that if r is less than r, so where the r will come, here sometimes here r will be there. So what I will write, so over here if you will see, if you will apply the Gauss law, there is no charge, so no charge is present here. So after applying Gauss law, what I will get here, so E dot ds, that is equal to q by epsilon naught. So since no charge is present here, since this r is smaller than this r, so no charge is there. So what I will put here, 0. So value of electric field will be 0, because this radius is smaller than that radius, so it will come inside that surface, inside it. So inside it, the value of electric field will be 0 because there is no charge present. So what I will write here, electric field value will be 0. So if you will understand by graphically, if you'll see by graphically, so let's draw the graph by all these three cases, so more clarity will be there. So for the first case, r, so for this case, if you'll see r less than r, for this case value of electric field is 0. So what I will write here, value of electric field is 0. If you will see for second case, that is r equal to r. So for second case, if you will see what you will get here, for second case, if you will see r equal to r, so there what you are getting, electric field equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q by r square. This is the second case. So highest electric field will be there. So I'm drawing the graph by reverse direction. And for the third case, what is happening here, it is basically decreasing. For the third case, it is basically decreasing. So I'll draw the decreasing portion here. So what I am getting here is proportional to 1 by r square. So r greater than r, so this is the decreasing, this is the lowest part. So this is the graph which you are getting after drawing this all those three cases. So for the first case it will be 0. For the second case, when r is equal to r, you will getting the highest electric field. And for the third case, when r greater than r, so in that case the electric field is getting decreased. So this is for the third case. So three things we have derived, three formula we have derived. So first one was electric field, we were getting was 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q by r square. Second formula which we are getting, so that was the case when r was less than, so this was the case when r was greater than r. Second case when r, small r is greater than capital R. So when it is equal, what I was getting here, E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q by r square. So only change in the radius. And third case I was getting electric field equal to 0. So these are the three cases you have to remember for the calculation of electric field for a conducting sphere. So based on this, we will solve now two problems, then more clarity will be there. So for the time being, you just remember these three formula. So this radius is when the radius of the that surface is less than that conducting sphere, that this thing you are getting, when it is equal to that, this thing you are getting, when it is more than that, electric field is equal to 0. These three things you have to remember. Based on that, we will solve some problem. So please tell if any kind of doubt is there, or should we move to the problem? Should we get to the problem? Okay, so let's solve some problem, then more clarity will be there. So please try from your side also, because earlier we have seen couple of problem based on that also. So please try from your side also. So actually this question has been asked in your paper, so from your paper only I have taken. So let's write the question here. And that was for 8 marks. Before it was, they were asking for 8 marks. The question was like a spherical, the question was a bit lengthy, so I should write here a spherical conductor. So please write the question with radius 40 centimeter has a surface charge density of plus 20. The question was written like this in the paper, coulomb. They have used this term which we are using in the calculator, and that notation is used for square root. So basically it is centimeter per square. So don't get confused from that. So they have written like this in the paper only. So, and what they are asking you to calculate, they are asking you to calculate what is the, so after I will read out the question. What is the total charge of the sphere? That was the first part. Second part was, what is the electric flux? Passes through a Gaussian sphere of radius 1.5 meter. And third problem was, they were asking you to calculate what is the electric field. Please write the question, because I have to remove this for solving those problem. 15 meter away from center of the sphere. So from the third unit, the first question was this, and they had asked you for 8 marks. So for two continuous year, they had asked those problems. So the question was like this: a spherical conductor with radius 40 centimeter given has a surface charge density of plus 20 coulomb per meter square. So the first question is, what is the total charge of the sphere? Second question was, what is the electric flux passes through a Gaussian sphere of radius 1.5 meter? So, and third question was, what is the electric field 15 meter away from the center of the sphere? So these were the three questions which they have asked, and they had asked for 8 marks. So Question is clear to you? Can you see the question clearly? Because I think I have written in a very okay. So please try for a minute. Please try if you can get something, or I'm there to solve it. Don't you get worried. So please try. I wanted to see how many of you can try. So actually, the first question, what they're asking you to calculate the total charge of the sphere. So this is the simplest problem. So basically, they're asking you to calculate value of Q. So please think how to calculate the value of Q. So please take copy and pen and start writing and start solving the question. Start writing anything what you know, and from that you will get some clarity what to write in the paper. So whatever it is given in the paper, you just write in a sheet. Then you will automatically you will think that what next you wanted to get proceed. So for that, please write in the paper so that you will get some clarity. Anybody has any idea for this question? Anybody? So anybody can think how to solve it. Should I solve it? So only from one formula the question will be solved. So first of all, what you have to do, you just draw the figure. So this was the first figure, this was the second figure, and positive charge is placed here, and this distance is r. So I'm very bad at drawing figure, so please. So this is r, this is radius r, and this this is of applied Gauss formula. So please apply. Why are you asking me to apply? You can also apply and tell the result. I know that we have to apply the Gauss formula. Applied Gauss formula. Who was that? Ritika, yes, please tell me the answer, Ritika. After applying Gauss formula, what you have got? Please tell me. Any wrong answer will be, if you will tell wrong also, that's not a problem. I just wanted that you are putting your effort there. Sir, charge density. Yeah, they are asking you to yeah, yes, very good, Ritika. Charge density E is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught. Okay. The person who has told me about charge density was going in the right track, and she was Ritika. Yes, Ritika, you are going in the right track. We can apply here charge density formula. You are thinking in the right direction. Please proceed. Don't give me the idea to apply. Apply in your paper and tell me the answer. I want the answer. See, if you have to think that how to calculate the total charge. First of all, what is the total charge? Q is your total charge. So after if this will come to your mind, then you have to think how to calculate it. So you have to think about the formula which we have seen. So how to calculate Q? Try to think that. So Ritika was correct at one point of time. So she was saying that we should apply here surface charge formula, which is D is equal to Q by A. So Q is here charge, A is here area. And what you wanted to calculate from here, Q, that is D into A, density into area. So now the formula, now the question is over. So Q, you have to calculate. So suppose density, what value of density is given in the paper? That is 20. What I will write here, 20 into 10 to the power minus 6. And area you are all aware of this, that is 4 pi r square, surface area. You have already seen that. So what you will write here? So if you will solve this, what you will get? 20 into 10 to the power minus 6 into 4 pi r. R is given as 4, I think, 0.4. So 40 centimeter it is given as. So what I will write here, 0.4 into meter square whole square upon meter square. So this meter square will get cancelled. If you will solve this, you will get the value of Q as 4.02 into 10 to the power minus 5 coulomb. So you are proceeding in the right direction. So that's why I am telling you. So you should start using you if you will start using. So if you start solving in the paper, then you will get some idea. By looking at the question, you will not get any kind of solution there. So you should start practicing. So then only you can, because in paper there will be always a new problem. So for that you have to start practicing, so that you will get some idea from that. So after reading the question, start solving the paper, start writing whatever you know. So this was the first part. So please try for the second part. What they're asking you to calculate, they're asking you to calculate electric flux. So I will give you a hint. To calculate the electric flux, you have to apply the Gaussian law. So please try for the second part and tell me the answer, because this is the second part is the simplest in all those three. So please tell me the answer for the second part. So you just needed to apply the Gaussian formula there for a enclosed surface. You will solve the second part easily. So any idea from your side? So no idea from your side. Nobody is trying, or nobody is putting her or his effort. So for how to calculate electric flux, please tell. So I'll solve the second part. So what they are asking you to calculate electric flux. So we are already aware of the Q by epsilon naught. Yes, correct. Maybe not. It is correct. That's all. That's what we have learned. So what is maybe? So that is equal to Q by epsilon naught. So value of Q is given as 4.02, which we have calculated into 10 to the power minus 5. And epsilon naught value, we are already aware that 8.85. We are knowing that into 10 to the power minus 12. So what we will get here? 4.54 into 10 to the power 6 Newton per meter square. So what is maybe? So this is the second part. So now in the third part, they are asking you to calculate what is the electric field 15 meter away from the center of this sphere. So let's draw the diagram for that. This is the complicated part. If somebody will tell me the idea, a definite prize will be there. Already I've given prize. Already one prize is due with one with Aditya, I think that is due, and one with Pratibha, I think, if I'm not wrong. So if for this part, if you will if you will use your brain, one more prize will be there. So please tell me, please tell me, please tell the how to move forward for this question for the third part. So I will draw the figure for you. So actually the figure is looking like this. So this is the third part. So they are asking you to calculate the electric field 15 meter away. So here you have to calculate the electric field. So anybody has any kind of idea how to deal with that problem? Sakshi, case first. What was the case first, Sakshi? Sakshi, what was the case first? E is equal to 0. Why 0, Sakshi? It is away na. They are asking to calculate. They are not asking here. So if it in the inside, then it will be 0. If it is not inside, it is away, then it will be not 0. That was the case when it was inside r greater than r case. Okay, and r greater than r. Everybody is dealing with the shortcut. So I'll tell you how to deal with those kind of problem. Please see here. So actually that is new for you. So basically what is electric flux which we are calculating? So first remember the electric flux. So electric flux is equal to electric field into area. That is electric flux, that we are already aware. So what I will write here, I can write here electric field into area is equal to q by epsilon naught, that we are knowing. So I think that everybody is knowing. So if what I will write here, E into 4 pi r square area and is equal to what I will put here. So that is Q into 4 pi r square by epsilon naught Q into A. That is also area. So this thing will be get cancelled. This is a small r, I think. This thing will get cancelled. So what I will get here, electric field E is equal to q r square upon E r square. So what that kind of problem, you have to derive those formula by yourself only. So this problem will be made like that you have to think for that. So now you have to just substitute the value. So what I will substitute here, 20 into 10 to the power minus 6 into 0.40 meters whole square upon 8.85, epsilon naught value is 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 12 and into 1.5 meter square. So when you will solve, this is 1.61 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per coulomb. So nobody will ask you a simple question. If they are giving you 8 numbers, so they will ask you a complicated problem, and for that you have to assign your brain also, so that you will get the perfect answer. So the question will be made like that you need to think for that. So I'll write one more question. So since the meeting is going to end in 5 minutes, please try at home. So this is similar to that, and they had asked consequently those two questions for 2 years. They had asked those questions, so I think they can ask anytime. So this is homework for you. Based on this same question, it is also like same. So I'll write those questions for you. So please try at home. So they are asking you to calculate the electric field of the hollow spherical conductor of radius 3 meter. Please write the question with a charge of plus 20 microcoulomb at the center of the sphere. And second part was, what is the surface charge density and third part was, what is the electric field $5 meters away from the center. So I will read the question for you. So they are asking you to calculate the electric field of the hollow spherical conductor, and the radius was given as 3 meters with a charge of plus 20 microcoulomb at the center of the sphere. And they are asking you to calculate, in the second part, they are asking you to calculate what is the surface charge density. For the third part, they are asking you to calculate what is the electric field 5 meters away from the center. So same like that, the question is that same, both questions are same. So please use your brain, and first part you can solve it by seeing only. No need to use copy and pen for the first part. By seeing only you can easily solve the first part. So this is the assignment for you. Can anybody tell the answer of first part? Is anybody having any kind of idea for the first part? So okay, I think you all are thinking now. So we will meet in the next class whenever it is. So please try this question. Aditi, you are this time you are not right. For the first part you will get, I'll not tell the answer now. Please use your brain. You don't need to take a paper and pen for the first part also. So by looking at the question, you can say the answer. By looking at the question, you can say the answer. So actually, they are asking you to. So at the center of this pair, they are asking you to calculate. So you can use that third theorem, which I r greater than r. In from that, you can get the first part answer. So we will meet in the next session. So that's all for today. And whenever I will post the robotics video, please see there, watch there, and try to learn from there also. So that's all for today. We will meet in the next class. I will tell you whenever the class is. So thank you, everyone.